Hi everyone, it is my last day here at the Bali Fellowship. I'm getting ready to go to the airport in about an hour and a half. My flight is actually at 8 o'clock today. The last 3 weeks I have made headway with the script. I am about just now ready to round out the first act and getting ready to move into act 2 of 3 acts. Thanks Bali, it's been great. Hi, I'm back in Jamaica. As you can see, it's not Bali anymore. This is the second official video update by popular demand. I've decided to keep doing video updates. In the first video, I spoke a lot about the development of the characters and the story arc, and I mentioned that I had started writing the script. When I left Bali, I was at a 35-page count, and right now I'm at a 45-page count. So I've been setting myself a task every day of 3 scenes a day. With that schedule that I have, I anticipate that I should finish the script in a month and a half. So in my last video, I told you that I got my film into the Modern Women Festival as well as the Ubud Writers and Readers Festival. The Ubud Writers and Readers Festival, I had been in communication with the organizers before I got to Bali. The Modern Women Festival, I met the organizers while in Bali. There's a bit of bad news with that because I actually did not end up screening my film. There were 3 days of screenings. The first 2 days went beautifully. My screening was on the 3rd day, and on the 3rd day, due to some organizational mishap, the area where my screening was supposed to be was double booked. What ended up happening, myself and the other filmmaker who was supposed to screen her film as well, we were relegated to a room which is not in the main trafficked area. Additionally, instead of having our film projected on a screen, it was suggested that we show the film on a laptop, and at that point I decided that I wasn't going to be a part of that. The screen at the Ubud Writers and Readers Festival did however happen, and I think it went very well. We had a good turnout from the Jamaican Massive, and we also had a good turnout from international audiences who were, their eyes were glued to the screen the whole time I was watching. Their eyes were glued to the screen. Afterwards, in the Q&A session, they were very curious about the Jamaican film industry. They were very curious about where they could find more films. They were curious about how these films were made, how we got funding for it, etc. To get this film made, they did an open call, so I submitted an idea for a film. I went through an interview process and was one of 5 that was selected to create my short film in 2017. I really got the sense that Jamaicans felt very proud, and I was also very proud that I was able to be there. And the feedback I got from many persons was that they could identify with the films, which was great, because if they can identify with a film we made in Jamaica and they're halfway across the world, then I think we're on the right track. The week before I left, I also had a small screening at the Villa. So those who weren't able to attend, they came to the screening at the Villa. One of the audience members who came to the screening at the Villa, who works with our company in Bali that does screenings of short films, she put me in contact with the company, and so hopefully we have more opportunities to screen even more Jamaican films in the future. What happens now that I'm back from Bali? Well, I'll continue the development of the film, and the table read, which I had mentioned that it will be held in early January, February. However, because it will involve a reading of the first part of the script, I may push it down a little bit. I just really want to make sure that the script is ready, and so it may take a little bit more time than I had anticipated, because once I finish the first draft of the script, I'm going to go over and do a couple more rewrites of it. So it may take a little bit longer than January, February as I had mentioned, but it will happen. I did manage to go to a couple more places in between the festival, in between writing, in between preparing to come back home. And one of the places I went to was Lake Batur, which gives you a really good view of Mount Batur, which is an active volcano in Bali. The second thing I did was I went to Monkey Forest. The Sacred Monkey Forest was in the middle of a wood, and it was literally a forest filled with monkeys. There are monkeys everywhere, and they're very cheeky, very cheeky animals. I saw one jump on top of a lady's head. So those were the two things I did before I left Bali. I believe that the Esirom Digital Marketing Agency is arranging an article to come out at some point about my fellowship in Bali, and when that does come out, I'll post a link to my crowdfunding campaign page as well as my social media pages, and I'll include it with the next video. Speaking of videos, I'm going to send an update next month as well, but starting in 2020 I will do one every other month. So what that means is that you will get a video next month in December, right before the Christmas holidays, and then the next video you'll get will be in February, and I'll send each video on the 15th of every other month. So you'll get one February 15th, April 15th, June 15th, and so on. Thank you for watching. Again, thank you for your support as always, and I will see you in the next video.